Alrighty guys, doing a POV video as you can see here to kind of show you exactly what I'm doing when doing a cartridge filter. This is Pool Daddy Service. You're a pool professional for residential and commercial. So first thing we're gonna do, if you got an intermatic, cut these bad boys off. You know, make sure they don't come back on. I'm gonna take off this tripper, even though it is an off tripper. I'm just gonna take it off anyway, just to show you guys like we would want to take these off. They just unscrew. You know, you just give it a little unscrew, pops right off, so you can see here. So you want to make sure you have all your power cut. If possible, you can hit the breaker, turn off your pool equipment. You just basically want to make sure it's off and it's not going to kick back on. If it has one of the other touch panels, you can put it in service mode or timeout. I would put it in timeout because if you put it in service and you forget about it, it ain't going to kick back on. You put it in timeout, it's an egg timer. It'll kick back on in 3 hours. So let's get the lid off the pump. Basket out. I'm just going to set that right there. We're gonna come over here, bleed all the air out. As you can see, this one actually had no air. I was already getting ready to bleed it. And then I was like, you know what, let's make this video today. We made another one, but we wanted to do more of a POV and a more interpersonal one to kind of give you guys every little thing possible. Because the last one we kind of, you know, didn't go in the perfect order. So here we are again. But yep, so cut the power, take the lid off and the basket out. Release all the air out of the air relief valve. And we're gonna take the clamp off. Usually a 7/8. This one is a 9/16, as you can see here. But most of the time they are 7/8. This one happens to be a smaller one. So shout out to Milwaukee. Take that bad boy off. Put that over here. And I just want to remind you guys the main tools you are gonna need are just crowbar, impact or socket wrench, and a good old rubber mallet. Don't use a real hammer because you will probably break something. Well, I'll keep that in there so we don't lose it actually. Let's get the little crowbar right here. Stick it in here real gently. Pop it off. There we go. To this side. There we go. Got those. Pull the drain plug. A lot of people don't like to drain theirs. They like to just scoop it out or vacuum it out, or some people leave it, which I think is, you know, a half-assed job. We like to do 100% quality job. So we're gonna go ahead and take off this drain plug here. If you can't get it by hand, because they usually are really tight, I stick a flat screwdriver in here and just pry it upwards, lefty loosey, righty tighty, obviously, and take that bad boy off and let it drain real quick. And this is a cartridge filter for those watching. Let that drain. Air's all out. I don't hear nothing. Y'all hear anything? Nope. So that's all out. We're gonna take this clamp off now. I'm gonna let it sit right on the back side here. Boom. Pop this lid off. Sweet. There we go. And it's perfect. We've got a dirt area here, so let's just spraying, you know, pouring onto the dirt. Here's our cartridge filters. You see they're a little dirty, so let's get them right because it's summer season and we want to be able to swim in perfect clear water. This just comes right off. You see, as it comes on the back here, you're gonna want to pull this up and then pull here, and then boom, pops right off. Look at that, what a beauty. We're gonna put that down to the side here. There we go. Let's start getting these bad boys out. Water's drained, as you can see. Looking good, looking good. Let's start pulling these out and let's give them a good old cleaning. I always say doing the dirt area, grass area, anything like that, because you don't want to be spraying the debris off on a cement and then leave a mess afterwards, you know. Let's go cut the water on. Totally forgot to do that. You know, it's crazy. Sometimes even with doing this job for so many years, you know, you forget the littlest things. Boom. Got it on full power mode, and we were doing a tile cleaning earlier. That's why we got the pressure wash out here, added some salt. Try to get everything dialed in for this customer for the summer. Here we go. Let's change the setting. That's what we want. Want a nice jet. Start spraying it off now. Look at that. Want to come up a little bit. There we go. Just real nice and smooth. Getting everything out. It's going up and down through the grids. Look at that. You would think it wasn't the same filter, right? Homeowners, pool pros, I don't care who you are. Just people just watching. It is satisfying to see this thing go from brown and icky to beautiful, beautiful clean. Nice shiny, nice tone. Looks good. So you're not going to be able to get the bottom all the time 100% because it is real thick. But if you are having trouble with it, just go ahead and get a little bit more closer in there, get a little bit more personal, give it a good spray in between. They're going to go back up top, spray it back down, get it out of there. Don't want it to spray upwards. Look at that. One side's already looking good. That's what it looked like before. Look at that. Big difference, y'all. Big difference. There we go. Coming off real easy. Good water pressure is essential. You don't want to have too much water pressure and be shooting these bands right here and break these, because these hold all these together for your cartridge, and you don't want it to be loose and have trash and this expanding and not hold it in tight to do its job. So you want to be careful at spraying the band directly, because you can bust this. We don't want to bust those. I mean, there are some filters that are old, some cartridge filters are old, and they will still be able to hold as long as they got a couple of these still working. But point is, you want to take care of them. It's like I tell everybody, all my clients, you know, the pools will take care of you if you take care of them. And that's why they ask, like, oh, you used to be here 20 minutes every time, 30 minutes. Now you're only here 10 minutes every visit. But the pool looks fantastic. What's the secret to it? That's the secret. You take care of it, and it'll take care of you. Simple as that, y'all. That's good business right there. But man, look at that. Wow. Looking like a whole nother filter. Looks brand new underneath. And for people who are wondering, how many times do I have to clean my filter in a year? I would say do it every 6 months. But in preference, if it is a really, really heavy debris area, I'm talking like you get a lot of dirt, a lot of sand, a lot of leaves in your pool. You know, maybe it's a Shout out to Brump Boots, always keeping our feet nice. and dry. Waterproof boots are the way to go, baby. Comfortable, wear them 10 hours a day. Never had an issue with them. Had them for about 2 years now. These are the Marins, I believe, how to pronounce it. And boy, I'll tell you what, I wouldn't choose any other boot. Whether it's pull service, no matter what you do, you work outdoors, these are the kind of boots you want to get. They've helped me through the summer. They helped me through the mud and the rain. They've helped me through everything. They've kept my feet nice and dry and nice and comfortable at the same time. One of the sturdiest boots out there, I'll tell you what. All right, got all these bad boys shined up. Looking like a 57 Chevy Bel Air right there. Yes, sir. All right, let's get them in there after we give it a good wash over here. Let's grab this hose. Make sure we don't knock these over into the mud, because you're gonna hear a grown man cry if that happens. You can hear me over here. Probably sounding like Hank Hill going, boo. And nobody wants to hear that, even though y'all just did right now. But I'm just gonna go ahead and spray this out. Nothing crazy. I'm actually gonna pull this out too. Dump it. Spray it off. Look at that. Good. If you have a wet dry vac, you could just vac it out. I just like to spray it, try to get it moving, and get it in that hole right there to drain out. See? Right up. And make sure you just give it a good old scoop in there too. You know, don't be scared to get your hands dirty, y'all. Just a little dirt never hurt. Look at that. Get all that dirty water out of there. Yes, sir. I mean, you can get a bucket, you can get a scooper. I mean, everybody has their own method of doing this, you know. But this is how I do it. I just like to try to sweep it all out through that drain. Make sure it's all out of there. Because I want this thing to be nice and looking new. Look at that. Yes, sir. She's beautiful. There we go. Make sure you put it in the correct way. Make sure this open end right here is lined up with this pipe right here. There we go. Just beautiful. Just beautiful. Just look at that. Let's get these bad boys in there. Make sure they go into that slot. See the little hole? See how it slid in there? It ain't going nowhere now. I want to make sure it's also facing the right side up. Don't want to put it upside down. So I'll put them in the way they were originally in. If you put them in wrong, you know, you'll most likely know, because it's gonna feel odd trying to shove it in. That's what she said. But yep, let's get this back in there. I'll tell you guys what, it's about time I get another Red Bull. Whew, 5 in the morning till 5 in the evening. Even on a Sunday, we working. Woo, look at that. Brand spanking new looking. And you know what? I'm gonna spray this off too. Yeah. And see this O-ring right here? We want to make sure it's lined up right. If not, you're gonna get a bad leak the minute you put that lid back on. I like to spray around it, get all the dirt out. Most people will lube it up. Me, I don't lube it up unless it's absolutely necessary. This O-ring looks pretty dang new still. I want to say we replaced it not too long ago. So it still looks good. And it still is good. As you can see there, it ain't popping off, nothing crazy. Doesn't have any cracks in it, nothing like that. So, yep, just want to spray off all the dirt around it. Make sure it's tip-top. Go ahead and put this drain plug back in. Don't forget about that. Or else you're going to be sad when you fire this thing back up. Put it in by hand. Put it with a flat screwdriver. You know, your choice. But I'd preferably put it back in hand as tight as you can go. If you want to give it a little yank, with a flat screwdriver, you can too. I'm just going to use my crowbar real quick and try to be gentle with it. Just like that. Because, yeah, if you're not gentle enough, you can break these. And you want to just do it about hand tight like I just did, and then snug it just about half a turn with a small crowbar or a flat screwdriver. You don't want to break these. Like I said, I've done it before, and it is not fun to replace those, especially if you're trying to get it out. It's a pain in the ass. No one wants that. All right, it's looking good. A lot of people don't add water back to their filter. I'm going to add a little bit back in there just to, you know, see what we're working with here. Make sure I don't see no dirt back on the bottom. Like I said, you don't have to do this. It's going to pull water back over here anyway, but I'll just add a little bit, you know. And then we're going to, after doing that, we're going to get this basket back in the pump. You can see it's brand spanking new. Got a new one. The other one was cracked up pretty good. Get it lined up with this little area right there so it sits in correctly. There we go. Let's see. And if it's not lined in correctly, you'll feel it. There we go. Now it is. See? No play. Slap the jandy lid back on it. Tighten it up. Yes, sir. There we go. I like to just wash the lids off. Not everybody does it. I just like doing it so I can see in there real good. You know, real crystal clear. But yes, sir. This thing's looking good. Let's spray the lid off too. So then we're gonna have to grab that right now, and I'm pretty sure it's hot as hell. Grabbing those handles again after this heat's been tearing it up this whole time. Like I said, you don't have to add the water in. I just do. From my experience, it helps it prime back up faster and start flowing with just a little bit of water coming up to the bottom of the filter there. That'll work. Alrighty, let's get this lid back on. Well, before that, woohoo! That's why you leave it next to the lid so you don't forget. Get this back on there. Slide this back over this intake pipe there, and get the cartridges in, and boom, like a glove. All right, so there's lid back on now. Two hands, ma. There we go. Try to line it up just right so you don't pinch your O-ring or make it slide off, because then you're gonna get a leak and you're gonna have to take it back off and readjust, and yeah, no one likes to do all that again. Okay, she looks good. Let's get this clamp back on it. This is important too when we're getting the clamp on. You guys are gonna want to watch this one, not skip through it. Oh shit, sliding a little bit, excuse my language. Sometimes I feel like a sailor. There we go. Make sure it lines up right around it. See how it kind of has like this part right here that comes out. It has top and bottom. You want to slide it over these right there and make it pinch over it. Sometimes it's going to be a little bit of a tight fit there. Boom. Just got to give it a little love. Tap. A little spank. There you go. Body filter. All right. There we go. Let's go ahead and get this back on there. I'm going to put it on hand tight before I hit it with the impact. And we're going to go slow when we do it with the impact. We're also going to be hitting this with the mallet to make sure it's on secure and it's fitting over the spots like we need it to. Because you just full sand this and tighten it, this clamp isn't on correctly, any little spot, boom, you're going to pinch this filter and you're going to crack it, and boom, there you go. You know, you got to get another one. And it's going to come out of your pocket for hurting your customers, you know, or if you're a homeowner, come out of your pocket regardless. But yeah. But for the pool pros, yeah, you don't want to do that because you're gonna end up paying for it for sure. Okay, give it a little bit of juice. There we go. Now we're gonna give it some love taps. See how it's sliding in a lot more now? Okay. Let's tighten it some more again. And when we're tightening this, you don't want to leave a big ass gap like this. I'd say about a thumb, you know, about an inch at most. Anything more than that, you're probably going to get a leak or blow this lid off. I mean, none of those are ideal. Okay, we're almost there. We're going to give it one more go of love taps. Then we're going to finish tightening it up and snug it. And then we are going to fire this bad boy up. Oh, yep. She's looking good. And at this part, you can snug it with, you know, by hand with a wrench if you want to, or a ratchet wrench. But I mean, I'm going to go ahead and use this because I'm judging based off distance. Some people don't know how to judge that and they will over tighten it. I mean, you could have these touch, not the end of the world, but sometimes, you know, you make them touch too hardcore and you full send it to where it's just flat. Like, again, you can crack this. You don't want to crack it, it's okay to leave a little inch. That's just right. One little zap zap. Yeah, that's the one. Don't want to go too much too and strip it as well. Nobody wants that. Okay. Your three main tools that you need right there. Okay. Everything looks good. Leave the air relief valve open. Again, don't want that cracked open. I mean closed. We want to be able to let the pressure out, all that air out of the system before it starts shooting out the water. Once it starts shooting out the water, then we can close it back up. Power's back on. Pump's gonna take a second to try to prime up. The minute it primes up, we're gonna get air out of here. And the minute all the air is out, it's gonna be water. We're gonna get a nice straight stream. After that, we can tighten this back up, check the PSI, she's good to go. And with these Jandies, sometimes it does take a while. I've had better luck with the Pentair pumps. They seem to prime up way faster. They're less picky, in my opinion. But you know, Jandy is still good too. Like I said, to each preference. They both rock and roll. But me, you know, if I had a preference, I'm going with the Pentair. But Jandy's, like I said, still great, still badass. Still would love to have one. But from my experience, I like Pentair's better. It's like Nikes and Adidas. They're both great, but it's just like a preference, you know. Okay, primed up so you can hit their lid, hear the air coming out. You want to also stand back a couple steps, which I should have been doing, just in case you get a bad leak or these things have been known to blow up. Not blow up, but they've been known to bust the lid up if you didn't do it right and it has too much pressure. But boom, look at that solid stream. Now let's go ahead and close it up. Look at that. A lot better. She had about, what, maybe 12, 13 right there. It was at 30 before we cleaned it. So yep, big difference there. Pump's primed. Filter's good. I don't see any visible leaks. It's just wet from when we were messing with it and draining it and taking everything off. But yep, you just want to look around it for no leaks. You'll see no leaks. No, she's good to go. And look at that flow. Look at those ripples. Great pressure. Great job. Alrighty guys. Well, that's going to conclude our video. I appreciate y'all watching. If you guys want more videos, comment below. Please drop a subscribe button and throw a like out there if you want. Check us out on all our socials at Pool Daddy Service on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook and Snapchat. Put the links in my description. Appreciate y'all. If you guys want more pool content, whether it's the plumbing, the electrical, the cleaning, the chemistry, anything like that, leave a comment below what you'd like to see, and I'll get it out there for you guys. Pool Daddy signing out.